Hey guys, Matt here with EmpireLUG, and today we're actually taking a look at our Brickfair Virginia 2021 booth tour. This is the first convention back that we've been to in over 2 years, and want to give a huge thanks to everyone who came out. But let's get started with the best Star Wars mock from Russell, also known as Lego Lord's Workshop here on YouTube. He won the Brickie for the best Lego Star Wars creation in all of the conventions, so huge congrats to Russell for his amazing Anaxes mock. And you can see here it's very different than other ones that you may have seen, with the beautiful red vegetation with the vines, the tree leaves, and just the trees in general, even using some light up bricks to illuminate the mock both on top and even in the blue crevices throughout Anaxes, which looks amazing. And of course we have this beautiful control and command tower right front and center with an amazing Anaxes mock here from Russell. Moving next here, we have David Hall, or Solid Brick Studios work in progress Geonosis. Now this is not the complete mock, but David did want to bring something out to Brickfair this year, and we cannot be more happy that we have a really cool looking, accurate colored orange, dark orange, and medium nougat Geonosis, which always looks cool, using some Lego sets. Of course we have the 2013 gunship, the most recent AAT, and some of the old ATTEs as well, and a really cool Geonosis battle scene from episode 2. We also have some of his custom minifigs for YouTubers right there, so overall a really awesome display here at the table for 2021. Now continuing on, moving towards the corner of the table here in the front, we have some custom Republic gunship and Wolfpack gunship models by M5 Builds. Now there are instructions for these models, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen at least a couple of them circulating in the community. Here we have what is pretty much a minifigure scale version of the gunship, great to use in mocks and even stop motion, so these are always super fun to see at conventions, mixing a really great amount of detail and also a relatively affordable package is always a phenomenal thing. Here up next we have Ethan Tessone's Liberator class fighter, which looks amazing. You can see here the wings use a very awesome snot technique. Moving back, we have Mason's AV7 cannon, which also has instructions available. Of course the AV7 cannon is a pretty cool model in that of itself. And we also have the Republic gunship from David B, who was also a member of the LUG, who wasn't able to make it out, but of course I wanted to get some of his models here to show you guys. So lots of cool Republic models and different ships here. Now this guy is awesome. We have a custom HAVW Juggernaut. This is the clone turbo tank that we saw first in Kashyyyk from episode 3, and then of course we've seen different models of it in different films and whatnot, but this is a custom creation by M5 Builds, over thousands and thousands of pieces. He did travel all the way from Oregon to bring this here at Virginia for 2021, but you can see here the massive amounts of detail. You got some really nice texturing and detailing with the greebles, and then you also have the turrets, the sniper tower. Just everything is amazing with this turbo tank. There's probably more stuff coming very soon with that one. Next here we have a little love for our military builders here from Anthony Brick Productions with his Bastogne mock. A super nice, super neat little detailed vignette here. We got the really cool curved pieces with the slopes and stuff like that for the snow. Next here we have a World War II mock from Hunter, or Lego Boy 12, that he actually finished pretty much on site for Brickfair Virginia. You got a couple cool lights inside there with the MGs, which is just a really cool technique, and you have this opening grass field with the Germans and the Americans battling it out. So of course you got to give love to our World War II military builders here. Next we have a mock by yours truly. This is the Battle of Ringo Vinda. This is actually a collaboration I did with CAC and Beyond the Brick. I still had it built, so I wanted to bring it here. Of course we saw it in the Clone Wars, one of the most iconic episodes, because we first see the inhibitor chip go wrong in these episodes, and that's sort of why I wanted to actually build this scene. So we're using 501st and battle droids and stuff like that. Super cool. Next up here we have Brickopotamus's Imperial mining base on Morak. This is from season 2 of The Mandalorian. Of course this is actually one of my favorite episodes in the entire sequence, but you can see here Bricko did a very good job nailing the architecture with everything. And of course a huge shout out to our EmpireLUG Calling All Units collab from over a year ago. But this is a beautiful design for the base. It uses a snot base, which is really cool, so it's not confined by your typical normal base plate standards. You also have some beautiful snot rock work and trees here to break up the architecture and the grays and stuff like that. Of course, if you guys saw these, you were able to tag us, get reposted on our story and stuff like that. Be on the lookout for everything like that at conventions. Here we have the Imperial Base Communications collab between Daniel and Ethan, or Lego Clone, or Daniel Ross Lego and Catalyst Bricks. This was also a somewhat last minute collaboration that was added to the display, but really cool lights here with the sort of lava flow vents going throughout the front of the mountain, with some beautiful rock work and terrain work utilizing dark bluish gray and dark orange, which actually has a nice contrast. You can see here they also created created an interior with some lights, which is super cool, so you can see all the different inside stuff going on here. We're just bringing overall more life to the MOC, which is super exciting. You have Ethan's custom fighter tank right there with a huge slew of officers and troopers and just an overall really cool base. It's almost like they're sort of getting ready to go on a mission, but of course you have the rebels sneaking around trying to disable that satellite dish, which looks awesome. I actually really like that satellite dish a lot. So overall, great stuff back here. Now, as you move towards the back of this MOC here, you have some different little things here. We have some from Kyle or Dalek Bricks. He built a couple of MOCs here, one from the Joker and a couple other really cool sort of pop culture / icon things. So we have the Joker and that infamous scene on the stairway, which is pretty cool. Still a movie I haven't seen, but hopefully I'll get around to that. You also have some smaller creations here, and then you have some CD album covers, which I actually thought was pretty cool. You also have your mom's house, which is an awful MOC. Definitely don't like that one. And then you have a really cool recreation of the Frozone Honey, Where Is My Super Suit? From Garrett or Brickface, and you also have the Technic Osprey right there, which was mine, but I figured it'd be kind of cool to let people go ahead and see what that sort of looks like in person. Now moving on to the other sides of the display here, we are starting off with a really cool vignette Order 66 on Radix by Aiden or Adoyer Lego Studios, which is a really cool vignette to have, so always like to see that. We have a beautiful naval ship here by JB Brick Fanatic, which came out amazing. He did end up winning one of our LUG awards, and this was just an amazing model, and I hope he makes instructions at some point because this is definitely cool. Maybe get some sales on there, but a great model. Next, we have a small recreation of The Last Supper by Aiden, again, or Adoyer Lego Studios. You also have this really cool city watch made by Max, which looks great. The architecture and the greebling look super cool, especially that cross in the tower. So really great details going on in a medieval era MOC. Here we have a collab between Cult of Christensen and Jedi Bob, two of the world's most famous moderators here in the community, with a nice Halo collab MOC. Now, granted, I don't know too much about Halo, so I can't really speak too much about this one, but I know that there are custom vehicles, most of which, if not all of which, are actually made by the creators themselves. You have this really cool stairway going up onto like this sort of higher ground wall area with the red versus blue stuff. So overall, cool Halo MOC. Next up, we have a MOC you've probably seen already. We have Jonathan Snyder's Crate Dragon MOC. 'Tis a Sand Dragon. We have it inspired from the Mandalorian, and you also might be able to see some other characters such as Woody running from the Crate Dragon. But overall, the rock work and the design for the Crate Dragon is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen so far. Just a beautiful landscape. It perfectly captures everything so well with the rocks, with the tan, the dark tan, and even Big Bird up on top of the MOC. So great stuff coming from Jonathan here. Moving towards the left here, we have some more Imperial stuff. We have a minifigure scale AT-AT by Brick Guild. This is a awesome model. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing minifigure scale AT-ATs. It does have a motorized function for the actual rope that Luke Skywalker does go up and down. You can see here we have different interior rooms mimicking what the actual Walker has to offer inside the actual Walker from the movies and Episode 5 and everything like that. Now, surrounding it, you do have some other cool terrain additions. You have some really cool Hoth vignettes here with some, Imperial droids, troopers, some larger blasters, and stuff like that. Moving left here, we have Alex Republic gunship with the Imposta sticker right on it. I actually thought this was on the gunship, but it wasn't, and I was kind of disappointed. But there we have another custom Republic gunship. Always nice to see some more Republic gunship models here at the convention. Moving left here, we do have the Battle of Christophsis by Alec, again using a very nice looking snot technique with the hexagons. I think they're hexagons if I remember my math right. But then of course you have Ahsoka, you have all the characters, you have the AV-7 cannons, and basically just a giant mosh pit of clones versus droids. You got Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka Tano, everyone's going ham on a Christophsis, and always a really cool scene to see. Next up here, we have a build by Brian Lawler, the Battle of Devron. This was a very short scene that we saw in the Clone Wars. Of course, this is when Savage Opress goes and absolutely destroys some Jedi along with some clones in the Clone Wars. But this was a really cool scene to be recreated. I actually haven't seen much of this scene depicted in LEGO before, so it was cool to see the Master and the Apprentice, and then of course the battle going on with Savage Opress. And then of course Ethan Network is with the first gunship he got at the Tyson's Corner launch, which is pretty cool. He was excited about that, so that was really cool. Here we have Lee or Brick Builder Studios landing on an Anaxes / minifigure scale Bad Batch shuttle. This is one of my favorite MOCs in the entire convention because we haven't really seen a minifigure scale Bad Batch ship, especially on a minifigure scale platform. So this thing, it took a while for Lee to recreate. He's been on and off with it for about 2 years, and you can see here the details are just immaculate. The wings are currently being worked on to be motorized, which is cool, so hopefully Lee will get down to working on that, and we'll get to see a final model very soon. Moving on to the last two creations of the tour today, we have Rich Boy J's Throne Room for Snoke. This is a beautiful big fig recreation of the hologram from Starkiller base. I honestly don't know how Rich Boy J does this stuff constantly, but he is just a man of another world. And of course, we have to end on his Starkiller base. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time going on about this. You guys can check out Rich Boy J's video himself to go see the entirety, the other 70% of this creation. Jay did win the biggest and bestest award at Brickfair Virginia, so everyone is super happy that he finally got the recognition he deserves, at least from a convention standpoint. But like I said, you guys can go check out his video if you want a more in-depth, detailed look at the entirety of his Starkiller base, which drove all the way from Texas in a 20-hour plus road trip just to make it out here and set up front and center at Brickfair Virginia. But guys, that's gonna wrap up our booth tour for this year. We are so excited to be back here with conventions, and we hope you guys all enjoyed our videos. For all you guys who came out and said hi, reposted, shared our stuff, we want to give a huge thank you to you guys, and of course we'll see you in the next convention. Take it easy. Peace.